Ladies and gentlemen, it is the first official episode of the series where we're going to try and get Exeter to Champions League football. But before we even start that, before we even think about going to this first match against Lincoln, ladies and gentlemen, grab yourself a drink, get some popcorn, while I relay to you the absolute shenanigans that have happened since the last episode. So first of all, we have now got a proper club vision, which we didn't have before. We have, of course, now ticked over properly into being promoted to League One, and that is as follows. Then we still want to work within the wage budget and develop players using the club's youth system, which we saw in episode 0 of this series. We kind of expected that, but this season it's fight bravely against relegation, and we're not judging anything else really. They want us to develop the League 2's best youth system, despite the fact we're in League 1, which I can only assume is some sort of problem with the database. But the most important thing in all of that is that statement there as part of our 5-year plan, which is work within the wage budget. And that's because just over a month ago, we get this email. Every single Exeter contract clause triggered, and that's a lot of promotion wage rises, as you can probably see. Which led to us getting this message about the financial fair play progress. If you can't quite see that, it says that we need to reduce our current wage budget by £1,500 a week in order to pass the Sky Bet League 1 regulations. And that was shortly followed by this email here, basically telling us that we can't exceed £44,133 per week. And bizarrely, with all those lovely promotion clauses that I didn't realise were coming, we were already over that by about £1,000. I say, of course, £1,000, but somehow that doesn't quite add up. And we can see very shortly after both of those messages, it's now telling us we need to reduce our wage budget by 2.2k a week, and our current financial status is okay, but under transfer embargo due to breach of financial regulations. 5 hours of in-game time later, we got the following email. Currently spending 2.2k per week more on player wages than allowed to comply with the regulations, and as such, we were under a transfer embargo. Not overly helpful when you're trying to build a team to, not get relegated. But no, the shenanigans didn't stop there, because this absolute madman decided that after signing for Exeter this season, in reality probably a month ago, decides to come and tell us that actually he's not going to renew his contract at the end of the season. He's considering his options and he will be leaving on a free. And you may have noticed in the last episode, he was the highest paid player. With his promotion pushing his salary up as well, he was on about £11,000 a week. And as such, Jamal Blackman only lasted at Exeter City for about a week before we sold him. And we can see here, he's gone over to the MLS, to Austin FC, for £300,000. Which in all honesty, is quite nice for a player we got on a free and sold about a week later. And as a result of that, 3 days later, we get the following email, which is telling us that we're once again in a position to operate in the transfer market after the improved finances have allowed us to successfully comply with financial fair play regulations. So, transfer embargo lifted less than 3 days after it was implemented. Unfortunately, because of that transfer embargo, our squad at the moment is quite small, as you can probably see. I did realise after the last episode, of course, that we didn't have Raheem Harper, as he'd only been signed about 2 days before I started recording. So before I did anything else, I did move him to the club on loan. He's obviously on loan from Ipswich in real life. He will be here for the rest of the season. I'm not sure if this is what Exeter City are doing in real life, but we are paying him £6,000 a week, so I hope he's worth it. And in addition to all of those shenanigans and the absolute lack of squad depth, Archie Collins decided to go and break his ribs in the first friendly of the season, which means he's been out for about 6 weeks and will be out for about another 2. It wasn't even a proper friendly, it was against Exeter's second 11 in the traditional intra-squad friendly that you get when you join a club in FM22. That really sucks because he's absolutely had no pre-season to get himself fit, and he's not going to be ready for the first match of the season either. In some slightly good news though, we have had our first competitive match, not one that was going to be on the channel because it wasn't overly important. It was against Portsmouth in the Carabao Cup. We didn't do fantastically, we didn't do badly. It ends in a 0-0 draw and we end up winning on penalties. Jamal Blackman obviously playing that match. He is since gone. We have also won all of our pre-season friendlies. We can see we've played against Birmingham, Blackburn, Yeovil, Barnet. Some teams like Birmingham and Blackburn that are obviously in the league above us, and we've managed to beat them. So I am not confident, but quietly optimistic for the season ahead. And as well as that, we've now got a lot of players that we have offered contracts to. So hopefully some of them are going to come in time for the second match of this episode. For now though, we've somehow got to go and face Lincoln. It's quite difficult. We can't actually fill the bench. So we'll get to that match in a minute. But before we do so, let's have a quick look what we have actually done in terms of transfers this window. We can see we have had some players. Leaf Alvey Pond has gone over to York. Dibiate has gone to Maidstone. We received a little bit of money for him, so just over £6,000. We've also sold this guy whose name I can't pronounce, Nelson Isiguan. He's gone over to Notts County for just under £13,000. Jack Arthur has gone to Aldershot. We've also got Jonathan Grounds, who I feel like Exeter signed this season in real life, but I'm not entirely certain because it isn't a name I actually remember reading. But he's gone to MK Dons, received £6,000 for him. Josh Coley, who on this report is showing up a bit better than he did when he was with us, but I didn't think he was a player I necessarily wanted for the future, so just over £10,000 for him. Sonny Cox, who recently made his debut in real life, has gone on loan to Bath City. Massive fan of Bath City after my journeyman last season. Well, I say last season, it was at the start of this FM actually, in FM22. We also got Charlie Hanson, gone over to Kidderminster on a free, and obviously the big one we already saw, Jamal Blackman. In terms of the ins at the moment, it's not a lot. By not a lot, I mean we've literally brought in Harper, who obviously is here in real life, and we've brought in Hector Ingram, who we're intending to use as one of our two main strikers this season. He has got, as we can see, a decent amount of potential, a fairly professional personality. He currently shows up as 4 stars and a League One player. I'm hoping he can put in some decent amount of goals for us this season, although this is a little concerning because in his career so far he's never actually scored a professional goal. But we're going to gloss over that as we head to our first match of the season. This is the lineup we're kind of having to use for this first match. We've got Harry Lee in goal. Hopefully we'll have a new goalkeeper for the next match. We've got Hartridge, Sweeney and Stubbs as our back 3. Sparks, Harper, Kite and Key start in midfield behind Brown, Nombe and Matt J. The fact we've got a greyed out goalkeeper on our bench, Archie Collins, who isn't fully fit, Hector Ingram, who's not fully fit, and then just lots of people on trial, should kind of tell you how that's going. We've also got a slight problem with the database, in the sense of we've got Kegs Kouaki from Southampton, but we can't register him because apparently his loan contract is ending despite the fact that it runs until the end of the season. So that's a sort of miniature bug. I could maybe just edit him out of the team using the editor in order to save his wages. Let me know what you think about that. Jake Caprice as well, injured for about 4 months, and Scott Brown going to be out for another 4 weeks or so. So this really is the team we do actually have to go with. It's not even a choice. We're not getting any choice in this matter. It's just this is the team we're going with, and we're going to have to like it, and hopefully we get a decent result. Like I said, the match against Portsmouth that I played, in all honesty, was pretty boring. It wasn't very entertaining. I'm hoping this will be a little bit better. I just need to have a quick fiddle with this because, again, I play on extended highlights when I'm playing on my own because I'm sad and I really like Football Manager, and the more of it I can get, the better. Exeter City today playing in red. Obviously our first match in League One. We have played League One opposition in Portsmouth though. Hopefully this will be a nice little match for us. I'd take a point. I'd like 3, please. Paul here for Lincoln. Frudo. Stubbs. No nonsense. I'm going to clear that one up. Trying to get that one to Matt J, but it's been nodded down. That's going to be end of that highlight. It's all very, very sort of... I mean, like I said, this formation wasn't like bad in the Portsmouth match. It was just boring. Harper through on goal though, getting a good shot there. Long gonna save that one, and it is gonna go out for the first corner of the series, which is going to be taken by Sparks, swinging that one into the near post. No one getting to it. There is Sweeney though to pass it back for Sparks for a second crack at the cherry. No one gets to that one either. Oh, it's proper lower league football, isn't it? That one's just distributed out of the box. We can't even call it oomph long. It wasn't a clearance. It was basically distributed to an Exeter City player. Harper now. Big ball out wide for Josh Key to run onto. He has got to it. Cross back into the box. And we have got our first goal of the series through Harper. Our man on loan. Lovely, lovely stuff. That's a proper non-league goal as well, isn't it? Just, it's kind of been kicked really, really wide for someone who's in bags of space to run onto, and then crossed into the box for Harper to like head home. That is about as non-league as it gets. We're going to praise the team though, because you know they've managed to get a goal. They've only just got promoted and we've got no team. Getting a goal is already a fantastic achievement. I think we deserve a promotion just for that, if I'm completely honest, because I don't know how we've managed it. We've let this guy through though. Oh, we've let them in there. Oh, that is the first time, and probably not the last time, we're going to see in this series, and maybe not even this episode, where the lack of left backs, of right backs, just of wing backs and defenders in general has kind of let us down. Because I may say that, I mean, someone should have been marking Scully, because we got 3 guys in here. How was no one picking this man up? Someone should have. That's their first shot of the game. It's their first shot of the game. They've already managed to score. Oh, it's all gone poorly straight away. Hartridge here, going to bring this one forward. Hartridge, I notice, has got 16 for not penalty taking, for long throws. So I'm hoping we can occasionally get some nice long balls thrown into the box. Sparks going to be taking another corner here. Can we make something of this one? That'd be lovely. I think we got ahead to it there. We did get ahead to it because it's going to be a goal kick, but it wasn't on target. And Lincoln once again coming forward. That one's nodded back to Harry Lee. It's not going to be the best match to judge whereabouts we are in terms of preparation, in terms of where we're likely to finish in the league, considering half of our team is out and the other half of our team doesn't exist yet because they're all waiting to join the club, hopefully. Harper once again coming forward though to Matt J, to Nombe here, over to Key. Key now, he's got it into the box. He played around a player into Nombe. First goal of the season. We are back in front, ladies and gentlemen. This is beautiful stuff. We're at home, of course, starting at St James's Park. I have legitimately been in this stand here for many, many a game, which is the first time I can say that on YouTube. Obviously, every other team, never been to a game. I've been to, I tend to go, I've been to Exeter. I haven't been to Exeter for years. Like, I follow from afar rather than actually attending games, something I want to change this season. But every other team, I tend to go to more lower league football. I like going to Saltash, which is close by to me. So I go with a mate of mine, which is very non-league football. But, you know, support your local teams and all that stuff. It's lovely going to Chelsea. It would cost me an absolute bomb to get there. We've conceded again. It would cost me a bomb to get there. And in all honesty, it probably wouldn't be that fun. I'd go once, but it probably wouldn't be that fun to go regularly. Go back to the game, though. We've just conceded another goal. That's not really very good, is it? Now, do I put this down to our tactic is bad? Or do I put this down to our goalkeeper is bad? Does Jamal Blackman save that one? He probably does. He has been in real life. The problem is the little git wanted to leave at the end of the season, and we couldn't afford to keep him if we wanted to sign any more players, because him alone was basically putting us under a transfer embargo. Why were we paying him? I think it was £11,750 a week. And then our second best paid player is obviously Raheem Harper, who's on loan. We're paying him £6,000 a week. The first actual Exeter City signing, other than Blackman, I think was maybe like Nombe or someone like that. And we're paying him like £2,500 a week. So Jamal Blackman on £11,500. I sincerely hope that's not what he's on in real life. Because we've done this with the club before in the past with Exeter City. We've not paid insane wages necessarily, but we haven't necessarily been financially prudent, or we've just had no money to begin with. And obviously we've had some difficult times. Matt J there though, in there just to knock home that corner. It's very dodgy. It's not the best finish you ever see. It's definitely not the best defending we ever see, but we're going to take that nonetheless. Sparks here with just a corner into the box. It kind of bypasses everyone. Matt J puts it in the back of the net, and then the Lincoln goalkeeper shortly after that decides he should probably try and save it and made a dive. We're actually ahead on all the stats. 55% possession here. We're better on shots. We're better on XG. We're also coming up to the 70th minute, and I should probably, think about making some substitutions. I don't actually know how I do that. Sparks, you probably need to come off. We're just going to have to make substitutions of bodies, because the only person I got in here really is Dieng, and he's doggy doo-doo over there. But he's a body, which hopefully means we don't get injuries through Jack Sparks getting tired, for example. We can probably take off Josh Key as well. It's going to be much the same problem though. Who do we put up there? I kind of want to bring Hector Ingram on as well. You know what? We're going to do that. We're going to bring on Hector Ingram. I know that's not the player I wanted to substitute, but I think it said he could play 45 minutes, and I'd quite like to give him some game time and get him as fit as humanly possible, as quickly as possible, so we can actually rotate up front when we need to. Sam Stubbs there bringing the ball out. Kite playing that one forward. Somehow, via a tackle, Matt J's ended up with the ball. Matt J again here, now playing as the deep lying forward. Over to Key once again, who is a bit tired, but bringing it into the box. And he has had a shot from range, but it's nowhere near actually going in the back of the net. It's a speculative effort, we'll call it that. That ball has been cleared, and Hector Ingram, the new boy at Exeter City here, holding up the ball, now playing it back to Hartridge. Hartridge bringing that one forward for Harper now. Over to Matt J again. Forward to Hector Ingram. Can he score in his debut? He cannot. He can't even get it on target. Boy, this is why you've never scored a goal in your career. That was awful composure. It should have at least been on target. We'll allow it though. It's into Ingram again. Once again, he's got nowhere near it. It's been nicked off of him by a Lincoln defender, who are now coming forward in some numbers here. Scully, he's already scored. Passing it in now. And oh dear Lord, it's possibly the worst save you'll ever see. Apparently, though, it's not going to stand because it was offside, which all that does is probably save Lee's blushes a little bit. Because look at this. He saves it and it goes in the back of the net anyway. We can make one more substitution. We'll wait for this highlight to happen. It's a corner here for Lincoln. Luckily, not on target for us, because I don't think Harry Lee was anywhere near saving that again. Giovanni Brown, you can probably come off. We're going to put on Kyle Taylor. I'd actually quite like to give Kyle Taylor some game time this season, because he looks like he could be quite a good prospect for the future. I think he's quite first team ready yet. But if we can give him some minutes here and there, like at the end of games, then I'd like to do so if we can. Stubbs over to Key here. Key's played around the defender. Matt J now playing in Taylor, and it's Harper through on goal. It somehow crawled into the back of the net. It's saying third goal of the season. I guess he probably scored against Portsmouth. No, he didn't, because that was 0-0. This happens a lot in FM. Like, how is that your third goal of the season? This is only our first match. You've scored 2. Where's the other one coming from? I don't know. Does it count international goals? Has Raheem Harper gone and scored an international goal? Oh dear Lord, we've just conceded another one. This is quite a high scoring game between Exeter and Lincoln to start off the season. I'm a little bit scared about what this means, because if our goals dry up the other end and we concede at this rate, we are going to be really struggling to avoid relegation this season. As it is, I'm hoping we'll get through to the end of this match. Let's just go cautious now. We've got like a minute left. We're going cautious. We are going to get to full time. We are going to get 3 points on the board. I'm not overly happy with that performance in the sense of, yes, we won it. Oh dear Lord, did we make it hard on ourselves though? I'm going to put some of that down to the fact, I mean, let's quickly have a look at Harry Lee here. Harry Lee, according to our reports, is a National League standard player playing in League One. So that might have something to do with it. Key, though, had a really good game. He's got a good amount of potential, so hopefully he can continue doing that. Fantastic amount of assists there, 2 in your first match in League One. We've got to take that. We have got a match coming up in 4 days against Southampton. It is in the Carabao Cup though. Southampton obviously a Premier League team, so I'm just going to skip that one. I don't think we're very interested in that at the moment. We're more interested in the league. We've got a match here against Fleetwood, or do we want to see the Southampton match? Now I'm undecided, now I'm saying it. I kind of do want to show the Southampton match. Let's show the Southampton match. Ignore everything I just said. We're going to go watch the Southampton match because it's Premier League opposition. Can Exeter City do it against Premier League opposition? Yeah, probably not. Before we go and face Southampton, though, we have had a couple of our new signings come in. The first one being a goalkeeper to replace Blackman, kind of. We've got Matthew Hudson. We've brought him in on a free because, honestly, we can't really afford to spend money on transfers at the moment. He's previously played for Preston. He made 1 appearance back in 2015/2016. He went to Bury on loan, where apparently made no appearances. So I'm fully confident in him and that he's going to do a great job. We then brought in Callum Riley, a midfielder. He's probably going to be playing the deep line playmaker on defend role for us. And we can see he's got 4-star ability. We've agreed that he's going to be a star player. He's another one that's come in on a free. He played for Wimbledon for the last few seasons. Gillingham before that in League One. Before that, he was in the Championship on and off with Birmingham and then Burton. So he has got a decent amount of experience to his name. Unlikely to improve, but he will do, I think, for this year. I don't think Riley or anyone's good at set pieces, so I shouldn't need to change that. This is going to be the lineup with them. We've got Hodgson making his debut in goal. Hartridge, Sweeney and Stubbs as our back 3 here. Sparks, Harper, Riley making his debut, and Key. Taylor coming on for his first full debut, I think. I don't think he's made his full debut in real life. Nombe and then Matt J up front. We can... Who's not fit? Callum Riley. How unfit are you, Callum Riley? Yeah, you look all right. You'll be fine. What's the worst that can happen apart from the fact that we'll get more injuries and have even less players in our squad? But other than that, what's the worst that can happen? Honestly, I'm going to probably regret saying that. I am going to drop this to a balanced. Obviously, playing against Southampton. Exeter have done this before, though. I mean, we've played United. We went all the way out to Old Trafford. I can't remember what year that was. It was many a moon ago. We went out to Old Trafford and then brought them back to St James's Park in the FA Cup. We've played Liverpool more recently, I think, as well. Each time that's really helped out. With financial difficulties with the club. I think the Manchester match, especially if I remember rightly, we were near, I don't want to say we were going in administration, but we weren't in the best position financially, and obviously ticket sales from Old Trafford and bringing it back to St James's Park massively helped. Matt J there has gone through on goal and then just probably hit some poor child in like row Z because of how high that went over the bar. You're not going to get many chances like that against a team like Southampton, you know, in the Premier League as well. Ward-Prowse, oh my goodness, we know how dangerous he is on set pieces if you've watched the channel for a while. Who's part of the Arsenal FM22 beta save. He was most recently part of our Manchester United series. Because I love Ward-Prowse, because he can do stuff like that. To be fair, though, that was pretty poor defending on our part. We really didn't do a lot to prevent that. We're going to encourage the team here. We're not actually doing horrifically. I mean, possession, we've barely looked at the ball. I'm not sure that our team have actually realised there's a ball on the pitch yet. But other than possession, we're not doing too badly considering we're playing Premier League opposition. Riley's already got a yellow card though, as has Sparks. So we're going to tell both of those guys to ease off the tackles. Oh, we can't tell Sparks to ease off the tackles because obviously he's on defensive winger. And we've got some tired legs as we go in for half time already, which fills my tiny little black heart with joy. That's what I want to see. Oh, look, it's Ward-Prowse standing over a dead ball again. That's what we love to see that on the channel. Just normally, it's for our team. They've scored again. I mean, we kind of knew this was coming. This is why I was like, hey, do we really want to see this on the channel? But I feel like you guys would want to see a Premier League match. Obviously, I could have been completely wrong. Let me know in the comments below if I was completely wrong on this occasion and I shouldn't have let you guys see this absolute bloodbath. I say bloodbath, it's 2-0. It's not too bad. It's okay in the grand scheme of things. I think, though, already I'm kind of looking at it going, maybe we just need to rotate a little bit and save some legs here because Key, once again, is already looking tired. The problem is I don't have anyone to bring on for him. Who have I got as a backup to Key actually in the team? Have I got anyone? I've got someone, and I cannot for the life of me think who it is. I'm just going to bring on Dieng again. It's not fantastic. Sparks, O'Reilly can go over there for Sparks, and then Kite can come on here. Riley, mate, you need to listen to me. Actually, look, we're not even going to leave you on. I was going to leave you as a defensive midfielder. If I do that, you're gonna go in with both feet, because you're a defensive winger and you're going to get yourself sent off. And yeah, I just don't want it. Ward-Prowse. Oh, look, it's Ward-Prowse. Oh, my God. That corner hasn't resulted in a goal. Livramento coming forward here. Fantastic player. I'm not sure how he plays in FM22, but I love Livramento again. I'm a Chelsea fan. He was a very, very good player. He's another youth player we've let go. And he's just instigated a goal against Exeter City. And why wouldn't I love that? We're 3-0 down after 58 minutes. Do we just go defensive at this point? Oh, I mean, poor Hudson here. I've brought him on for his debut. Go on, lad. Go show us what we do. He's on a 6.1 because we're just letting him get battered. He's come on here for his debut and he's a bit like, oh, no. Why have I joined the team? Oh, look, Callum Riley is injured. Tasty stuff. That's what we like here. Ball out wide there from Southampton. They're just toying with us at this point. They don't even care. This is not the Exeter City that goes and grinds out results against Premier League teams, apparently. This is FM22 Exeter City. No, although Matt J is just absolutely skinned about 10 players on his way up the pitch. And then done absolutely nothing with the finished product. That, very, very poor. Sam Stubbs here is looking pretty tired as well. So I want to get him off the team. I'm aware there's a highlight going on. And I've just somehow chucked Sam Stubbs out wide. Oh, I have no one to bring on here either. This is the problem at the moment, is that we are waiting for players to join the team. And until they join the team, I don't really have anyone to bring on. Dieng can come back here, because at least he's a defender. And then we'll just put, I don't know, let's put Archie Collins on. I can't make any more substitutions. Why can't I make any more substitutions? How many? Oh, yeah. Because I make, yeah. No, I can't even take Sam Stubbs off. Can I take Sam Stubbs off? Oh, yeah, because I brought Kite on. I don't even know what I did then. Nombe is through on goal. He has managed to pull one back. The comeback is on, ladies and gentlemen. It's 3-1, pending a VAR check. Just let us have it. Just let us have the goal. Goal's been awarded. There you go. Thank you, ref. Much appreciated. Is this Philip? Do we think this referee is Philip as well? If you've been on the channel for a while, you'll know Philip, little man. He lives in the referee's ear. We won't see a lot of him this season because I don't think there's VAR in League 2. But that's who Philip is. He lives in the little man's ear. And he does the VAR checks. Southampton, once again, a set piece. I've just managed to score. We need to learn how to defend set pieces very, very quickly. I'm also going to just do this because these matches seem to be taking an awful long time. We're 4-1 down. I don't like this. We're not seeing that goal again. We don't need to see that. We're here to see Exeter City. Exeter City didn't score. We don't care. Can we actually get another one? Can we get like a nice couple of consolation goals here? Like end it 4-3. That'd be great. Hector Ingram here. Yet to see what he can do because he's not really been able to play a lot of games. Harper there dodging a tackle. Back to Hector Ingram. Can we get it into the box, lads? That would be lovely. Forward to Harry Kite. Playing that one into Nombe. I mean, it's the slowest goal you'll ever see go over the goal line. But it is in the back of the net. If it counts, we will take it. Referee, what we're saying, lad. Goals awarded. Thank you very much. That was the most bizarre goal I've ever seen. It seemed to be going at the pace of a snail. If you look over here, you can see a snail running past the ball because that's how slow it was going. But it has resulted in a goal for us, so we're going to encourage the team. We're going to hope for another one. Instead of that, I think we've just given away a free kick again. We have. Ward-Prowse isn't taking it. Is he being substituted? Has Ward-Prowse been taken off the pitch and I've just not noticed? Because there's no other reason for him not to be taking that free kick there, really. Big ball forward from Southampton. We are going to sweep that one up, though. And then we're just going to lump it forward as humanly hard as we possibly can just to get rid of it. It's only momentarily, though. And Southampton are back in the box. We've shoved a lad over, although that looked quite dramatic in my opinion, referee. I mean, I'm just the manager for Exeter City, but that looked really dramatic. The ref's gone. And Che Adams there going to score his hat-trick against us. What a lovely day out if you're a Grecian fan. It's a lovely, lovely day out. You've made the trek all the way down, across, geography not my strong point here, to Southampton, just to see your team get thumped. Arguably, you haven't really, it's not really a lot of you have made the trip, have you? Because the stadium is looking quite empty. Matt J here, bringing that one down. He has a shot from range, which is an absolute beauty. Hey, look, if nothing else, this series, we are not going to get low-scoring games. How many goals is that in this episode already? It's a lot, is the answer. 5-3 on the night. That's a lovely goal there from Matt J as well. It probably means absolutely nothing, but it's a lovely, lovely goal. It does make me, again, slightly optimistic, though. We are scoring goals, even against a team like Southampton. So if we can just stop conceding as many, then we'll be all right. Again, I'm not sure yet. Is that tactically our formation with those three centre-backs not going to work in FM? Even though it's kind of moderately working in real life, it's entirely possible. It just also might be like tactical cohesion and familiarity. It could be that our players are just all a bit rubbish. It's also possible. Nombe here, big ball forward to Matt J to run on to again. Can we get another one here? That'd be amazing. Hector Ingram holding this one up once again. He seems to be quite good at that. Harper to Taylor, who does get a shot off, but it is over the bar. Is going to be a goal kick. That's probably our last attack of the game. But don't think, really, ignoring the scoreline a little bit, I don't think we've come here and done horrifically. I think 5-3 is actually a semi-respectable score against a team like Southampton. Again, I would like to be conceding less, but we are scoring. We've got to take the positives against a Premier League team where we can. Kite playing that one forward to Nombe. We're going again, look. Harper running forward over to Matt J. Matt J has scored it. It's 5-4. Ladies and gentlemen, the comeback is on. This is defensive. We're going attacking. We're going attacking for the last few minutes. We're going to get a highlight from kickoff, which probably means Southampton are going to go and score. Or we're about to do the most amazing comeback I have ever seen, making it 5-5. That would be amazing. Stubbs has nicked it. Dieng to Kite. Sweeney now. Big ball forward. Matt J. Oh, he got rid of his defender then, but he couldn't quite get there. He kind of just went, oh, I can't reach it. Harry Kite to Harper. We are back on the ball. Can we bring this one forward? Into Taylor. Taylor's through on goal. He's tackled at the last minute there. Oh, Kyle Taylor, you could have made yourself a hero there. Instead, it's going to end 5-4 on the night. Look at this. We've actually had more shots than them. Our XG's not terrible either. Do you know what, guys? I'm all right with that score. I don't know what you guys in the comments think, but 5-4, I'm all right with that. It's 9 goals in a match. What's going on? Look at the amount of goals we've had in this match. That's insane. Kyle Riley, it's not Kyle Riley. I've gone wrestling. Callum Riley is out for 5 to 6 days, making his debut there in a loss. But nonetheless, I feel like that was a good showing. Right now, though, I'm going to go play through some games, guys, and we're going to come back at some point. I'm not entirely sure where yet. We've had stuff like the Papa John's trophies being drawn as well. We're in Group H. We've got Tottenham under-23s in with us. FA Cup obviously not happening yet. Our whole focus needs to be the league and getting some more players in and reassessing what we're doing. But if you have enjoyed today's episode and just the absolute goal fest that this episode's been, then please do hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you over on the next video as we attempt to take Exeter City to the Champions League. Bye bye.